So you found your twin flame. Now what? By Kalim H.G. Mura and produced by the Aurics. Okay, let's just get it out there. What the hell just happened? You met someone, and now your entire soul feels like it's been cracked open like an egg. You can't stop thinking about them. You feel like you've known them forever, even though you've probably just met. It's exhilarating, terrifying, and honestly, it's a lot. So let's talk about it. Because, my friend, you might have just found your twin flame. First things first, a twin flame isn't your typical love story. This isn't candlelit dinners and matching playlists. This is raw, messy, soul-deep stuff. It's the kind of connection that makes you question your entire life in one wild, emotional gut punch. And the kicker? It's not even just about romance or sex, I know, right? What the fuck? You feel it in your bones, your soul, your everything. And now, here you are wondering, what the hell do I do with this? Your twin flame is your mirror. The good, the bad, and the parts you pretend don't exist. They're here to show you your shadows, push your buttons, and ultimately help you grow. Sounds fun, right? Spoiler alert, it's not always fun. But here's the twist. Twin flame connections don't always start smoothly. One of you is the chaser, ready to dive in headfirst, fueled by the undeniable pull of the connection. The other is the runner, terrified of the intensity, running from their own reflection. And if you're here, you're probably the chaser, wondering if you'll ever catch your other half. The answer? Yes, you will. The road might be long and winding, but twin flames are always drawn back together. It's universal law. Your job, to stop chasing in desperation and start walking in faith. I promise you they'll catch up. But right now it doesn't feel like they'll catch up, does it? It feels like they've slammed the door on your connection and left you with nothing but unanswered questions and a heart full of longing. Why did they run? Why can't they just see what you see? Why does it hurt so much? As the chaser, you feel like you're carrying the weight of this connection all by yourself. You're stuck in this push and pull dynamic that leaves you wondering if you'll ever get it right. And honestly, you're probably tempted to give up. But let me tell you something. The universe didn't bring you two together just to rip you apart. There's a plan here, even if it doesn't make sense right now. You're in the middle of the storm, but trust me, the calm is coming. Here's what you need to know. Twin flame relationships aren't about the chase. They're about the journey. And that journey, it's a wild, beautiful mess of growth, healing, and figuring out who you are. There are stages to this, and every stage has a purpose. First, there's the honeymoon phase, pure bliss, where everything feels magical and aligned. Then the mirror phase hits, and suddenly, all your unhealed wounds are reflected back at you. It's painful, but it's also necessary. That's when the runner-chaser dynamic kicks in. They run because the connection scares them, and you chase because you're terrified of losing it. It's a lot, I know. But here's the thing, it's not permanent. This isn't the end of your story. It's just the messy middle. Now listen closely, this connection is unbreakable. I don't care how far they run, how long it takes, or how impossible it feels. Twin flames are magnets. You'll find your way back to each other. But here's the catch. It doesn't happen on your timeline. It happens when you're both ready, when you've grown, healed, and become the people you are meant to be. So stop chasing out of fear and start believing out of faith. You don't have to force this. The universe is already working behind the scenes to bring you back together. Your twin flame isn't gone. They're just on their own journey right now. And while they figure themselves out, your job is to focus on you. Because the stronger you become, the closer you'll draw them in. That's how this works. This is the love of a lifetime. But it's also the challenge of a lifetime. It'll test your patience, your strength, and your belief in yourself. But if you can hold on, if you can trust the process, it'll be worth every tear, every doubt, every moment of uncertainty. Because when you and your twin flame finally come together, it'll be the kind of love that changes everything. So what's next? You stop chasing their footsteps and start walking your own path. You believe in the connection without needing to control it. And most importantly, you remember this. Your twin flame is coming back to you. They always do. Now let's figure out how to get there together.
Welcome to the Aurics, a literary collective of like-minded thinkers. Immerse yourself in our powerful audiobooks and thought-provoking insights designed to elevate your mind and transform your life. Subscribe, like, and hit that bell for a steady dose of inspiration to help you embrace the power of the universe within you. And feel free to drop a comment below and share this video with someone who needs that spark. So, are you ready to awaken your true potential? Let's dive in and start your journey.
Chapter 1. Twin Flames for Dummies. It's not just romance, babe. So, let's break this down in a way that actually makes sense. A twin flame isn't your soulmate. I know. Hollywood has you thinking there's one magical person out there who's going to sweep you off your feet and ride into the sunset with you. That's sweet, but that's not what this is. A twin flame is less happily ever after, and more welcome to your cosmic wake-up call. A twin flame is your mirror soul. They reflect all your stuff, your fears, your wounds, your hidden potential, and your untapped greatness. They show up to hold that mirror right up to your face. And let's be honest, sometimes it's not pretty, but it's necessary. They're not here to complete you. They're here to remind you that you're already whole. The catch? This process can feel like emotional and spiritual boot camp. Let's get real about how this is not your average connection. While a soulmate feels like a warm hug on a bad day, a twin flame feels like an earthquake shaking up your life. You don't meet them and think, wow, this is so easy. You meet them and think, why do I feel like I've known you for lifetimes? And also, why am I suddenly crying? A twin flame connection is electric. It's intense. It's the kind of thing that can't be explained by logic. But your soul knows it's real. And no, it's not just about romance. Your twin flame could be your best friend, your mentor, or even someone you don't end up in a traditional relationship with. It's not about labels. It's about growth. Oh, and if you're wondering if you accidentally manifested them with that new moon ritual you tried last month, probably not. They show up when you're ready, or when the universe decides it's time to fast-track your personal evolution, whether you're into it or not. Twin flames are said to share the same energetic essence. Think of it like two pieces of the same puzzle, separated long ago, now drawn back together like magnets. This is why the connection feels so intense. You're not just meeting someone, you're meeting you, reflected back in a way that's impossible to ignore. This connection is spiritual dynamite. It doesn't just wake you up, it blows you wide open. You'll see yourself in ways you've never seen before, and while that can be beautiful, it's also terrifying. Because here's the thing, your twin flame isn't just here to love you, they're here to challenge you, to call you out, to help you heal. And yes, sometimes that hurts. Meeting your twin flame feels like lightning striking your soul. You might get déjà vu, like you've known them forever, even if you just locked eyes across a crowded coffee shop. There's a pull, an intensity that doesn't make sense but feels undeniable. It's not all rainbows, though. Along with the magnetic attraction comes the mirror effect. Your twin flame reflects your deepest truths, good, bad, and oh so ugly. If you've been ignoring parts of yourself, guess what? They're about to drag all that into the light. It's both exhilarating and exhausting. You'll feel like you've finally found home, but it's a home that needs serious renovations. And while this might sound like a romantic dream, twin flames are here for your soul, not just your heart. That means the connection isn't about what's easy, it's about what's transformative. Let's debunk another myth while we're at it. Not all twin flame connections are romantic. Sure, many are, but your twin flame could also show up as a friend, a mentor, or even someone who shakes up your world for a short but impactful time. The connection isn't defined by romance, it's defined by its power to wake you up and push you toward growth. That said, if your twin flame is a romantic connection, buckle up. It's not going to feel like a typical relationship. It's going to feel like destiny and chaos all rolled into one. And while that can be beautiful, it's also going to test you in ways you didn't know you needed to be tested. So, why does the universe even bother with twin flames? Because growth is the whole point. Your twin flame isn't here to be your one and only fairy tale ending. They're here to help you evolve, heal, and step into the best version of yourself. They challenge you to confront your shadows, let go of old wounds, and embrace your divine purpose. They don't make your life easier, they make it bigger. And while that can be uncomfortable, it's also one of the most rewarding experiences you'll ever have. If you're thinking, great, I've met my twin flame, now what? Here's your answer, growth. This connection is about so much more than happily ever after. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. It's intense, it's messy, it's beautiful. And whether it ends in reunion, separation, or something in between, it's always worth it. Because at the end of the day, your twin flame isn't here to complete your story. They're here to help you write a new one. Chapter 2. Signs you've met your cosmic chaos buddy. All right, let's talk about them. The one who has your brain doing cartwheels and your heart auditioning for a soap opera. You're overanalyzing every glance, every word, and every single moment that felt like destiny, or maybe just really good chemistry. But was it real? Or are you about to spend weeks spiraling over someone who's just a passing comet in your universe? Let's figure it out. Meeting your twin flame isn't subtle. The universe doesn't whisper it. It practically sets off fireworks and neon signs. But here's the catch. Those signs can feel so intense, you're left wondering if it's all in your head. Hint, it's not. Twin flames come with a vibe so undeniable it's like your soul got hit by a spiritual semi-truck. Here's how to tell if it's the real deal. 1. That instant, oh, it's you feeling. You lock eyes and it's like your entire being goes, oh, there you are. You don't just feel like you've met them before. You feel like you've known them forever. Like in another lifetime. Or 10. It's not just a crush, it's recognition. You're not falling for their looks, their laugh, or their Spotify playlists, though those help. You're falling for their essence. It's like your soul just spotted its long-lost twin on the street and stopped everything to say, hey, remember me? 2. The magnetic pull that defies logic. They don't just show up, they arrive, and once they're in your orbit, it feels impossible to stay away. You'll find yourself thinking about them constantly, even when it makes zero sense. They might not be your type. They might live on the other side of the world, but none of that matters. The pull's bigger than logic. It's like your souls are playing tug of war, and guess what? You're not winning this one. 3. Déjà vu on steroids. Does being with them feel eerily familiar? Like you've had the same conversations, shared the same spaces, or just existed together before? That's classic twin flame déjà vu. It's not about literal memories. It's about a soul-level recognition that says, we've done this before. Whether it's a glance, a touch, or just the way they laugh, something about them feels like coming home. And not the kick off your shoes and chill kind of home. The I've been waiting lifetimes for this kind. 4. Emotional. Whiplash. All the highs, all the lows. With a twin flame, it's never meh. It's either fireworks or a full-blown emotional meltdown. One moment, you're soaring through the clouds, feeling like the universe is blessing you with cosmic-level love. The next, you're crying into your nachos because being near them is both exhilarating and exhausting. Twin flames bring out everything. Your joy, your fears, your insecurities. It's not just a connection, it's a mirror. 5. Synchronicities. The universe is screaming. Yes. You'll start seeing weird signs and symbols everywhere. Repeated numbers. Hello 1111. Random song lyrics that feel like secret messages. Their name popping up in places it has no business being. It's like the universe is winking at you, whispering, you're onto something. These synchronicities aren't coincidences. They're cosmic breadcrumbs leading you toward your twin flame connection. 6. They see through your mask. You can fool a lot of people in this world, but not your twin flame. They see past the fake smiles, the walls you've built, the I'm fine lies. They get you in a way that's equal parts beautiful and terrifying. And the wild part? You see through them too. It's not about judgment, it's about truth. They reflect your deepest self back at you, whether you're ready for it or not. 7. Your growth button is stuck on overdrive. Being around your twin flame doesn't just feel intense, it feels transformative. They trigger something in you, something that pushes you to grow, heal, and become the person you're meant to be. It's not always comfortable. Spoiler, it rarely is, but it's always necessary. They challenge you to step into your power, even when all you want to do is crawl under a blanket and hide. 8. The mind-blowing spiritual sexual connection. All right, let's talk about the other connection, the one that feels less like fireworks and more like a full-on spiritual awakening. The physical connection with your twin flame is next level. It's not just chemistry, it's cosmic alchemy. Being with your twin flame feels like your souls are speaking to each other through your bodies. It's raw, vulnerable, and so much more than physical. You might feel like time stops, like the boundaries of your body dissolve, and like you're merging into something greater than yourself. This isn't just sex, it's a sacred experience. The energy exchange between twin flames is electric, healing, and often leaves you feeling like you've touched the divine. It's not about lust, it's about connection. A connection that goes beyond the physical and straight into the spiritual. 9. The chaos feels strangely worth it. Here's the thing, twin flame connections aren't easy. They're messy, chaotic, and sometimes downright painful. But through all the tears, the doubts, and the sleepless nights, there's this unshakable knowing. A sense that all of this, the highs, the lows, the everything, is worth it. Because deep down you know this connection isn't random. It's destiny, baby. Okay, but let's play devil's advocate for a second. What if this person isn't your twin flame? What if it's just a really strong connection, or dare I say, infatuation? Here's the thing, even if they're not your twin flame, they're still here for a reason. Every relationship, every connection teaches you something. So don't stress about putting a label on it. Just trust that the universe knows what it's doing. If you're reading this and thinking, this sounds like my life right now, you're probably onto something. Twin flame connections are rare, but when they show up, the signs are there, you just have to trust yourself enough to see them. And if it's not crystal clear yet, don't worry. The twin flame journey isn't about having all the answers right away. It's about learning, growing, and trusting that what's meant for you will always find you. Chapter 3. Twin Flame Stages. Welcome to the Emotional Olympics. So you've met your twin flame. Congrats, champ. You're standing at the starting line of the most intense, emotional marathon you'll ever run. Twin flame relationships are not for the faint of heart. They'll take you to the highest highs, the lowest lows, and back again, sometimes all in the same day. Think of it as spiritual CrossFit, exhausting, transformative, and borderline addictive. The twin flame journey isn't a straight line. It's more like a roller coaster designed by someone who really loves chaos. But don't worry, I'm your ride buddy, and we're breaking down every twist, turn, and loop. Buckle up. Stage 1. The honeymoon phase. Cloud 9 on steroids. Ah, the honeymoon phase. It's the stuff of fairy tales, or at least what fairy tales wish they were. When you first meet your twin flame, everything feels magical. It's like the universe rolled out the red carpet, complete with fireworks, goosebumps, and a soundtrack of serendipitous love songs. You can't get enough of each other. Time? Irrelevant. Space? Overrated. It's as if you've known them forever. And finally they're here. Conversations flow effortlessly. Every touch feels electric. And for the first time in your life, you feel truly seen. But here's the catch. This stage doesn't last forever. It's not meant to. The honeymoon phase is the universe's way of hooking you in before dropping the real work in your lap. Enjoy it while it lasts, but don't get too comfortable. The emotional Olympics are just getting started. Stage 2. The mirror effect. When the glow starts to fade. Now that the fairy tale filter is gone, things start to get real. Welcome to the mirror stage, where your twin flame starts reflecting back everything you didn't want to see about yourself. It's not because they're mean or trying to hurt you. It's because this connection is designed to bring your shadows into the light. Maybe they trigger your fear of abandonment. Maybe they call out your tendency to self-sabotage. Whatever it is, they're holding up a mirror and it's showing you everything you need to heal. And trust me, it's not always pretty. This stage is tough. You'll question yourself, them, and the entire damn connection. You might even wish you'd never met them. But here's the thing. The pain is part of the process. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone, and your twin flame is here to push you past it. Stage 3. The runner and chaser phase. Emotional hide and seek. Here it is, the infamous runner-chaser dynamic. If the twin flame journey is a drama, this stage is the plot twist nobody saw coming, except everyone who's ever met their twin flame. One of you becomes the runner, overwhelmed by the intensity of the connection and desperate for escape. The other becomes the chaser, holding on for dear life, convinced that letting go means losing everything. As the chaser, you're probably feeling like the emotional weight of the world is on your shoulders. You're analysing every interaction, replaying every moment, and desperately searching for ways to bring them back. Meanwhile, the runner is off dealing with their own stuff they might not even understand yet. It's exhausting, heartbreaking, and frustrating beyond belief. But here's the truth. This phase isn't about winning them back. It's about learning to let go of control. The more you focus on healing yourself, the closer you'll draw them in. The runner-chaser dynamic is less about them running away and more about both of you running toward your own growth. Stage 4. Surrender. When you finally stop fighting. After all the chasing, crying, and Googling, you hit a breaking point. You're done trying to control the connection, done obsessing over what they're doing or not doing. This is the surrender stage, and it's the most liberating part of the journey. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of the need to control the outcome. It's about trusting the connection, trusting the universe, and trusting yourself. You stop chasing because you finally understand that this isn't about getting them. It's about becoming the best version of you. And here's the magic of this stage. When you let go, you create space. Space for healing, space for growth, and, yes, space for them to come back, if and when they're ready. Stage 5. Reunion. When the pieces start to fit. Reunion isn't about a grand romantic gesture or a dramatic "I choose you" moment, though, hey, it could be. It's about alignment. When you and your twin flame have done the work, when you've both grown, healed, and stepped into your power, that's when reunion happens. This stage feels different from the honeymoon phase. It's less about fireworks and more about a deep, unshakable connection. You're not just two people in love, you're two souls in sync. The relationship becomes a partnership built on mutual respect, understanding, and shared purpose. But let me be clear, reunion doesn't mean the journey is over. Growth is a lifelong process, and this connection will continue to challenge and evolve you. The difference is, now you're doing it together. Stage 6. Harmonious union. The goal but not the finish line. If reunion is the moment you come back together, harmonious union is what happens when you stay together. It's the phase where you've moved past the chaos, past the drama, and into a space of balance. This stage isn't about perfection. You'll still have disagreements, challenges, and moments of doubt. But now you've learned how to navigate them with grace. You're not just surviving the connection, you're thriving in it. And together you're creating something beautiful. The thing about the twin flame stages is they're not a checklist, they're a journey, and every step is designed to help you grow. It's not about winning them or racing to the finish line, it's about becoming the person you're meant to be. Whether you're in the honeymoon phase, the runner-chaser dynamic, or somewhere in between, remember this. Every stage has a purpose, and no matter how messy it feels, the journey is always worth it. Chapter 4. The Runner and Chaser. Why are they running? Like it's a rom-com? Oh, the runner-chaser phase. The part of the twin flame journey that feels like the universe's cruelest joke. You're over here, heart in hand, lighting candles, and Googling how to make them realise they're my twin flame, while they're halfway out the door like it's the climax of a rom-com, minus the big dramatic airport speech. It's frustrating, confusing, and frankly exhausting. Let's talk about what's really happening, why they're running, and most importantly, how you can survive and thrive without completely losing your mind. Spoiler, there are things you can do to bring them closer, but they might not be what you think. First things first, your twin flame isn't actually running from you. They're running from the sheer magnitude of what you represent. This connection is soul deep, intense, and, let's be honest, a little terrifying. It's not just about love, it's about transformation. And transformation, that's messy, uncomfortable, and not everyone is ready for it. When they look at you, they see a mirror, a reflection of all the things they need to heal, grow, and confront within themselves. Fear of vulnerability, unresolved trauma, insecurities. They're staring straight at them. And for many runners, it's easier to retreat than to face the truth. Here's what might be going on in their head. 1. Fear of vulnerability. Being with you means taking off all their emotional armor. For a runner, that's fucking terrifying. 2. Overwhelmed by intensity. The connection is so raw and powerful it feels like too much to handle. They're not running from you. They're running to find some sense of control. 3. Unresolved trauma. Twin flame connections bring up all the stuff we've buried deep. For the runner, that can feel like opening Pandora's box. 4. Need for independence. They may feel like the connection is swallowing them whole, leaving no room for their sense of self. And here's the hard truth. Chasing them isn't going to work. In fact, it's probably going to push them further away. When you chase, you're feeding their fear, making them feel even more suffocated by the connection. But don't lose hope. Just because chasing doesn't work doesn't mean there aren't ways to draw them back. The secret? Stop chasing them and start chasing your own healing. By focusing on yourself, you create the kind of energy that naturally pulls them in. Here's how to do it. 1. Focus on your own growth. When you heal, grow, and step into your power, it changes everything. Work on releasing old wounds, building your confidence, and becoming the version of yourself you've always wanted to be. Not only will this make you feel stronger, but it'll also create an energy shift that's magnetic. Start journaling about your feelings and what this connection is teaching you. Meditate to ground yourself and release attachment. Dive into a passion project or hobby that lights you up. 2. Trust the process. Twin flame connections are designed to unfold at their own pace. You don't need to force it. Trust that the universe has a plan, even if you can't see it right now. When you feel the urge to reach out, take a deep breath and remind yourself, what's meant for me will never miss me. Write affirmations like, I trust the timing of my twin flame journey, or I am open to love in all its forms. 3. Give them space and use that space wisely. Giving them space doesn't mean ignoring them or cutting them off completely. It means respecting their need for distance and using that time to focus on you. Instead of texting or calling them, channel that energy into something productive, like a workout, a creative project, or quality time with friends. Visualize them healing and growing, rather than obsessing over their absence. 4. Release control. I know it's tempting to try and fix the connection, but the best thing you can do is let go of the need to control the outcome. The more you release, the more the universe can step in. Practice a letting go ritual, like writing your fears on paper and burning it, safely please. Remind yourself that letting go isn't giving up, it's creating space for something better. 5. Match. Their energy without losing your power. If they're pulling away, match their energy. Not out of spite, but to respect their process. Focus on yourself and let them come to you when they're ready. Mirror their level of effort. If they're taking a step back, take 2 steps forward toward your own goals. Send love their way energetically, not physically. Think, I wish you healing and clarity, and let that energy do the work. Here's the ironic twist. The moment you stop chasing, everything changes. By stepping into your own power, you create a magnetic pull that draws them closer. Letting go isn't about giving up on them. It's about choosing yourself. And when you choose yourself, you shift the entire dynamic. The runner feels the space, the ease, the lack of pressure. And that's when they start wondering, wait, why did I run in the first place? Your job isn't to chase them down or fix them. Your job is to heal, grow, and shine so brightly that they can't help but feel drawn back to your light. Twin flames are magnets, but magnets only work when both sides are aligned. Let them do their part, and in the meantime, do yours. Because here's the truth, when you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, you draw them back to you. Not because you need them, but because you're aligned. And when that happens, the reunion is sweeter than you could ever imagine. Chapter 5. How to keep your sanity and your flame lit. All right, so here you are, right smack in the middle of the twin flame whirlwind. You're dealing with intense emotions, spiritual downloads, and, let's be honest, more drama than your favourite reality show. It's wild, it's exhausting, and you're wondering how you can possibly survive this without losing your mind. I've got you. The good news? You can keep your sanity intact. The even better news? You don't have to sacrifice your happiness or your personality to do it. This journey isn't just about the connection, it's about you. So let's talk about how to keep your flame lit without burning out. 1. Boundaries are sexy. Use them. Twin flame connections are intense. They'll have you wanting to merge your soul, your schedule, and your Spotify playlists into one. But before you lose yourself completely, let's take a breath and talk about boundaries. Yes, even with your twin flame, boundaries are essential. They're not walls, they're fences with gates that let the good in and keep the chaos out. Boundaries remind you, and them, that you're a whole independent person who deserves respect. If your twin flame is running, set a boundary around how much energy you're willing to pour into chasing them. If they're staying but triggering you left and right, set boundaries around how you communicate and what behaviours you'll tolerate. Boundaries aren't about shutting them out, they're about keeping you safe and sane. 2. Self-love isn't just a buzzword. It's your superpower. Let me say this loud and clear. The most important relationship you'll ever have is with yourself. Yes, even more important than your twin flame. If you're pouring all your energy into them and leaving none for yourself, you're setting yourself up for burnout. Self-love isn't about bubble baths and affirmations, though those help. It's about showing up for yourself every day. It's about choosing your growth, your healing, and your happiness, even when it feels hard. Start small. Take care of your body, your mind, and your soul. Journal your feelings. Spend time doing things you love. Remind yourself that you're worthy, not because of who your twin flame is, but because of who you are. 3. Communication. Say what you mean, but keep it cool. When it comes to twin flames, communication is everything. But let's be real, it's not always easy. The connection is so deep, so raw, that it's easy to let emotions take over. 1 minute you're having a soul-level conversation. The next you're crying, yelling, or both. Here's how to keep it healthy. Be honest but not harsh. Say what you're feeling but avoid blame. Use I statements instead of you always accusations. Example: I feel hurt when you pull away hits differently than you're always ghosting me. Listen like you mean it. Twin flame communication isn't just about talking, it's about listening. Hear them out even if it's hard to hear. Don't text while emotional. Seriously. Step away from your phone. Write it out in your notes app if you need to, but don't hit send until you've calmed down. 4. Don't take everything personally. Seriously, don't. When your twin flame triggers you, it's easy to take it personally. But here's the truth. Their actions are a reflection of their stuff, not yours. If they're running, it's not because you're unworthy, it's because they're scared. If they're lashing out, it's not because you're a bad partner, it's because they're struggling with their own wounds. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt, it does. But when you can step back and see their behaviour as part of their journey, not a personal attack, it changes everything. It frees you from the cycle of blame and lets you focus on what really matters, your own growth. 5. Laugh through the chaos. Look, this journey is intense enough without taking it too seriously. Yes, it's soul deep. Yes, it's life-changing. But it's also kind of ridiculous sometimes. The universe has a twisted sense of humour, and if you can learn to laugh at the chaos, you'll survive it with your sanity intact. So, when you're crying over a twin flame meme at 2 a.m, or you see 11:11 again for the 5th time that day, let yourself laugh. This is messy, magical, and utterly human. And that's okay. 6. Focus on the present, not the outcome. One of the biggest traps in the twin flame journey is obsessing over the future. Will they come back? Will we be together? Will this ever make sense? Here's the thing, the more you focus on the outcome, the more anxious you'll feel. The real magic happens when you let go of the what ifs and focus on the what now. Take it one day at a time. Focus on what you can control. Your actions, your healing, your joy. Trust that the universe has a plan, even if you can't see it yet, and be grateful for the sheer depth of emotions. Sure, it can feel like a lot at times, but it's better than feeling nothing at all. The most important thing to remember is your twin flame doesn't light you up. You light you up. They might be the match, but you're the fire. And no matter where they are or what they're doing, your flame is yours to keep burning. This journey is about you as much as it's about them. So protect your energy, honour your growth, and keep your sense of humour intact. You've got this. Chapter 6. When to walk away and when to run. Let's get real for a second. Sometimes, as much as you want to hold on, as much as you believe in the connection, and as much as your heart is screaming, but they're my twin flame, the best thing you can do is let go. Yep, I said it. Let go. I know it sounds like blasphemy in the twin flame universe, where everything is supposed to be fated and forever. But here's the truth. Sometimes, the most loving, powerful move is stepping away. Not because you're giving up, but because you're choosing yourself. And trust me, letting go doesn't mean losing them. It means finding you. Let's call it like it is. Twin flame connections are intense. But there's a fine line between intensity and toxicity. If your twin flame is causing more pain than progress, if the drama outweighs the growth, it's time to hit pause. Here's what to look out for. Emotional roller coasters. Every relationship has ups and downs, but if yours is all downs and no ups, that's a red flag. Feeling drained, not inspired. Your twin flame should challenge you, yes, but they should also inspire you. If being around them feels more like a drain than a glow up, something's off. Cycles that don't break. If you're stuck in a loop of fighting, chasing, and breaking up without any forward movement, it might be time to step back. Let me be clear. Growth isn't always comfortable, but there's a difference between discomfort that pushes you forward and drama that holds you back. If it's the latter, it's time to walk away, at least for now. It's not about giving up, it's about taking back your energy. When you hold on too tightly, when you chase, beg, or wait, you're pouring all your power into them. And guess what? That's not attractive. Letting go flips the script. It says, I love you, but I love myself more. It creates space for both of you to grow, heal, and figure out what you really want. And spoiler, that space is magnetic. If they're truly your twin flame, they'll feel the shift, they'll feel the pull, and if they're ready, they'll come back. But even if they don't, here's the magic. You'll have found yourself. And at the end of the day, that's the whole point of this journey. Okay, so how do you actually let go when every fibre of your being is screaming, but they're my twin flame? 1. Grieve the connection. Let's be real. This hurts. Allow yourself to cry, vent, and to scream into a pillow, whatever you need to do. Feel the pain, but don't unpack and live there. 2. Mahatikat. Cut the cord energetically. If you're constantly checking their socials, texting them, or replaying old conversations in your head, it's time to set boundaries. Try a cord-cutting meditation to release the energetic attachment. 3. Redirect your energy. Pour all that love and attention you were giving them back into yourself. Take a class, start a project, or finally book that solo trip you've been dreaming about. 4. Lean on your support system. Whether it's your friends, a therapist, or your dog, surround yourself with people, or pets, who make you feel loved and supported. 5. Reclaim your identity. Who are you outside of this connection? Rediscover your passions, your quirks, and the things that make you you. I get it. Letting go of your twin flame can feel like letting go of a part of yourself. But here's the truth. You're not losing them. You're rediscovering you. And when you do that, you become unstoppable. Remember, this isn't forever. Twin flame separations are often temporary, designed to give both of you space to grow. And even if this lifetime doesn't bring you back together, the love you've experienced is never wasted. It's shaped you, changed you, and made you stronger. Now here's your permission slip to have a full-on makeover moment. Twin flame separations are transformative. So let that transformation show. Get the haircut you've been too scared to try. Buy the outfit that makes you feel like a boss. Redecorate your space to reflect the new you. This isn't about winning the breakup. It's about stepping into your power and reminding yourself that you are, and always have been, the main character. Walking away from your twin flame isn't the end of the journey. It's a pause, a chance to recalibrate, heal, and come back stronger, whether that's with them or on your own. Because here's the truth. Letting go isn't about giving up on love. It's about choosing the kind of love that lifts you up, whether it comes from them or from yourself. Chapter 7. Life After the Flame. So here we are, the part of the story where you pick yourself up, dust off the cosmic chaos and step into the next chapter of your life. Whether your twin flame stuck around, left, or just left you on red, one thing is clear. You're not the same person you were before. And that, my friend, is exactly the point. Twin flames don't come into your life to leave it untouched. They're here to shake things up, crack you open, and show you the parts of yourself you didn't even know existed. And whether the connection blossomed into harmony or fizzled out like a firework, one thing remains true. You've grown. So, what's next? You glow up. You shine. you live your best damn life. Let's talk about how. 1. Embrace the lessons, even the painful ones. Everything that happened, every tear, every laugh, every sleepless night, was a lesson. Twin flames are the ultimate teachers, showing you exactly what you need to learn about yourself. Maybe they taught you how to set boundaries, how to love yourself, or how to let go of control. Maybe they showed you your own resilience. Whatever the lesson, take it with you. Write it down, reflect on it, tattoo it on your heart if you have to. These lessons aren't just about the connection, they're about you. And the more you embrace them, the more powerful you become. 2. Laugh at the chaos. Let's face it, this journey has been a lot. There were moments of beauty, sure, but also moments where you probably thought, what the actual hell is happening right now? And that's okay. The twin flame journey is messy, magical, and downright absurd at times. So, laugh at it. Laugh at the synchronicities that felt like the universe trolling you. Laugh at the overthinking, the late-night Google searches, the memes that hit way too close to home. Humour doesn't just heal, it transforms. When you can laugh at the chaos, you take back your power. 3. Celebrate your glow-up. Look at you. You've been through the emotional Olympics, and you've come out stronger, wiser, and more radiant than ever. This is your glow-up moment, so don't let it pass you by. Take stock of who you've become. Are you more self-aware, more confident, more open to love? Whatever it is, celebrate it. This isn't about whether or not your twin flame is in the picture. It's about the person you've grown into because of the journey. 4. Redefine love on your terms. The twin flame experience changes the way you see love. It's no longer about fairy tales or fleeting infatuation. It's about something deeper. You've learned that love starts with you, that you're already whole, already worthy, and already enough. Now take that wisdom and build the kind of love you deserve, whether that's with your twin flame, a soulmate, or yourself. Make it a love that uplifts, empowers, and supports you. You've outgrown the need for anything less. 5. Keep the door open, but don't wait by it. Here's the deal. Twin flame connections don't have an expiration date. If they're meant to come back into your life, they will. But that doesn't mean you sit around waiting for them to show up. Instead, live your life. Chase your dreams. Build your empire. Fall in love with the world. Keep the door open, sure. But don't forget to walk through other doors in the meantime. 6. Find peace in the journey. The twin flame journey isn't about the destination. It's about the growth, the lessons, and the moments that shaped you along the way. Even if it didn't end the way you wanted, it brought you exactly where you needed to be. Find peace in that. Trust that the universe knows what it's doing, even when it doesn't make sense. And remember, just because the chapter is over doesn't mean the story is. 7. Shine on. You've been through the fire and now you shine brighter because of it. You've learned to love yourself, to trust the process, and to embrace the chaos. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. So go out there and live your life like the cosmic badass you are. Be bold, be brilliant, be unapologetically you. Because at the end of the day, that's what this journey was all about. Whether your twin flame is in your life or not, the glow up is yours to keep. You've grown, you've healed, and you've stepped into your power. And that's a win no matter how you look at it. As you move forward, remember this. The twin flame journey isn't the end of your story. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. One where you're the star, the hero, and the author. So go create something amazing. The universe is watching, cheering you on, and lighting the path ahead, no matter what. Conclusion. You're the star of your own universe. Here's the truth straight up. Your twin flame is not the whole story. They're a chapter, an important, transformative, wild as hell chapter. But the story, that's yours. Whether they stayed, ran, or came back around, the twin flame journey has always been about you. It's about your growth, your healing, and your evolution into the person you were born to be. They may have lit up your world or set parts of it on fire, but look at you now. You're stronger, wiser, and shining brighter than ever. Remember this, the universe always has your back. The love, the lessons, and even the heartbreak. It's all part of a plan. and you're exactly where you need to be. So, take a breath. Trust the journey. As you move forward, remember this: the twin flame journey isn't the end of your story. It's just the beginning. One where you're the star, the hero, and the author of your own universe. So go create something amazing. The universe is watching, cheering you on, and lighting the path ahead. Because no matter what, you've got this.